Earliest pivot mention we ever have. We will pivot to the action from Kansas City, which was a significant call. I'm just going to ignore it and keep it moving. We're going to steamroll into the A's here.
That's called hosting.
This was a gotta-have-it game for Kansas City, and this is a 4th and 1 where Kansas City on their own 31 in a 10-10 game. They went for it. Andy Reid, that decision that Swag will discuss in just a moment. His credentials are unimpeachable, we know it.
Agreed.
But the Texans make it count. A 3rd and 3 play where Stroud, a number of times, he extended plays. Finds the rookie here, Jaden Higgins. And then after Woody Marks got him down there close, had to leave the field for a moment, Dare Ogunbowale made the most of his first touch of the game. He bowls his way into the end zone, and the Texans have the lead again. If there's one play that might be a microcosm of a season, I suppose this is it. Travis Kelce's got the ball on his hands, cannot secure it, takes a big shot, and after it's picked, you can see all of it landing in his lap, man. It's landing heavy. They have lived in a rare space, but they're now 6-7 in December, and they are facing an uphill climb, while that Houston Texans team looks like a squad no one would want to have to play in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes had a rare night in terms of being off the mark. The lowest completion percentage he has had in 125 career games. Entering this season, he'd never been under 50%. It's happened now twice in the last 5 weeks. It happened against Buffalo in Week 9, and it happened once again against Houston. And there's clearly a Houston component to this, which we can get to in a moment.
Yeah.
But Swag, I want to just jump right to that 4th and 1 on your own 31 and a half, where Kansas City had really bottled up the Texans defense, and rather than punt and let them make a mistake, what did you make of that decision?
It's okay to disagree with a great coach, and I think Andy Reid is a great coach. I thought this call was awful for him to go to 4th down. And reason being, Scott, and look, he leaned into the confidence that Patrick Mahomes is quarterback. You want to dial up a play where you think you got an opportunity to convert, but it was a panic button I think he hit way too early. And if you were paying attention to this game, the Chiefs defense was starting to put their stamp on this game. Yeah. Chris Jones was becoming a game wrecker like we've seen him become for a long time. And I think that momentum, you killed your own momentum in that particular situation. I get it, you desperate, you feel like you gotta win it, but I would have definitely punted that football and given my defense, who were surging, an opportunity to get them off the field again.
He said with a chuckle afterwards, I went for it because I thought we'd get it, which I think we all understand. But then they went for another 4th and 4, and Rasheed
That's why
Rice,
you do it.
Correct, but then Rasheed Rice had to drop a catch that he'll make 9 times out of 10,
Absolutely.
you'd have to think. Jason, I appreciate the lens you view this through. It's emotional, I get it. If you just look from an analytical standpoint, what did you see and not see from Kansas City last night?
I mean, we knew it was going to be a defensive rock fight. I mean, both of these teams, the strength of them is on that side of the ball. And it felt like whoever's going to make the fewest amount of mistakes and was going to be able to maintain these possessions late in the game were going to be the team that came out victorious. And the Texans did that between the drops, the 4th down calls that didn't go their way, that ended up being the deciding factor. And like the 4th and 1, I actually wouldn't have minded. Kareem Hunt is like one of the most guaranteed handoffs. So like even if you're going to go for it, I would have rather gone to Kareem on that because he's been so successful in these situations. But
sometimes we pay attention to the game. That's what my angst was with Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Bro, Chris Jones had just dominated 5 plays in a row.
He was dominating the whole game, and Spags was starting to dial up the pressure.
And I'm like, man, come on, don't put him in that
Stroud
situation.
started the second half 0 for 7. I mean, it was like 3 and outs. They were doing nothing, and it felt like a game where if you let someone make a mistake, perhaps, but ultimately that mistake turns into 7 points. Yeah. And RC, we've talked so much about this Texans defense with good reason. They're as good a unit as there is in the league. What did you see from the quarterback last night?
Well, I think C.J. Stroud was coming along this season before we got the injury against the Denver Broncos, but we saw him evade the pressures and make plays down the field to his big wide receivers. Here, you're going to see Drew Tranquill is going to beat the tackle outside. He comes off unblocked, and C.J. Stroud escapes to the right. Watch the way Nico Collins, who was supposed to be running a route to the outside, makes himself available for his quarterback. He's going to get back across the field, come back to the football, and it's a catch and run. We didn't see Kansas City Chiefs wide receivers making these plays, and here's late in the game. You heard Marcus talk about Chris Jones being a game wrecker. He wins right away one-on-one with the guard, and everyone's covered downfield. Watch C.J. Stroud break the tackle, get outside the box, and now in a circle of Kansas City Chiefs defenders, he throws this football to Jaden Higgins and completes it on 3rd and 3. That's a huge play for the Houston Texans, and those are the sort of things you want to see from C.J. Stroud, because you scored 20 or 21 with this defense, you have an opportunity to win.
At that point, it's a coin flip game, that third down. Instead of a long field goal on a cold night, it turns into a touchdown. Kansas City goes for it to get on a fourth down. They end up winning by 10, and that means that the playoff picture for the moment, when you consider that the fixture the Chiefs have been, they're not going to win the AFC West for the first time in a decade. Houston is in possession of the final wild card spot with wins head-to-head over Buffalo, Indianapolis, and Kansas City in the last 3 weeks. So it's not just winning, it's who they're beating. Meanwhile, the Chiefs going to have to win out and get help just to be part of the tournament where, again, they have lived for a decade. Chargers, the significance of tonight's game is obvious. They're sitting at 6th. A loss drops them to 8th for the moment, behind the Colts. Speaking of which, this Indianapolis Colts season, which has been such a wonderful story, has hit some bumps, and now a monster injury to discuss. Adam Schefter, senior NFL insider, joins us. How significant is the damage for his Achilles?
Well, Scott, you see the Colts record. There are not many 8-5 teams that have as many problems as the Indianapolis Colts do right now. They've lost their quarterback, Daniel Jones, to a season-ending torn Achilles. He's out for the year. He will need surgery. They're trying to figure out when, where, and with who to have that surgery. And it's a devastating injury for Daniel Jones and the Colts. His contract expires after the season. They traded 2 first-round draft picks for Sauce Gardner, knowing in part that Daniel Jones could and would be their quarterback. But now there are questions about when he'll be ready next season, even if he does re-sign in Indianapolis. And the man that's backing up Daniel Jones, Riley Leonard, now has a knee issue his own. He's dealing with knee soreness. They are uncertain whether he can play Sunday at Seattle. And their cornerback, Charvarius Ward, has now entered concussion protocol for a 3rd time this season. Lots of issues right now in Indianapolis, none bigger than the quarterback position.
I mean, 3 weeks ago they got the lead in Kansas City. That dissolves. Then they lose back-to-back divisional games. Now all these injuries and an incredibly difficult schedule to finish. Adam, thanks for that insight and information. More to come from you as we continue here on Monday Night Countdown. Keenan Allen told me at the Pro Bowl last year, I'm going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off. Well, they haven't fallen off yet. He will join us as he is having a great season at 33 years young. Allen will join Stephen A. Smith, who is with us this Monday night, and Ryan Clark on the field. We'll bring you the one-on-one between Jason Kelce and Nick Sirianni, plus our weekly visit with the Hall of Famer Troy Aikman as Week 14 comes to a close. Ton of fun on the way. Oh, this is just our weekly visit when the Eagles play. A.J. Brown is in the building.
From my dog. What up, D?
Makes me realize I forgot to do chest and arms today. I didn't do chest and shoulders today.
225 built like this, though.
I've skipped him for the last